What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Benchwarmer Sports. And first of all, I just want to say thank you guys so much for the absolute awesome feedback from the last video that we did regarding Shedeur Sanders and Dillon Gabriel. We got a lot of comments on that one, a lot of comments, particularly from the Shedeur Sanders fan base, who made a lot of comments about me. I would suggest that a lot of people who made comments about the video yesterday, in my opinions, I would suggest that you guys watch the video all the way through because the average view duration for the video is about 2 minutes and 50 seconds on about an over 10-minute video. So a lot of the points that were made from the Shedeur Sanders people about criticisms of me and my takes, I suggest that you guys watch the entire thing before you comment. That's just me, but I appreciate you guys for commenting and giving your thoughts in the comment section below. And for all of you who have subscribed, thank you for subscribing to the channel and for liking the video. But today's video, what we're going to be talking about is what should you be expecting from the Cleveland Browns in this upcoming 2025 season? What is the best case scenario for the Cleveland Browns as they look towards the future and as they technically are rebuilding this year, although they say they're not going to rebuild, which makes no sense, but they are rebuilding essentially this year. And this is kind of what I wanted to talk about, and I think this is the main thing that a lot of people aren't really grasping when it comes to some of the Browns things that I'm hearing from fans on social media and elsewhere. Best case scenario for the Cleveland Browns would be that one of these two quarterbacks, Shedeur Sanders or Dillon Gabriel, starts the season. Now, I know a lot of people, including myself, were saying that you start a veteran starter for the first couple of weeks of the season, then you hand over the keys to either Shedeur Sanders or Dillon Gabriel, or even both. They get a handful of games to showcase their talents, and you decide what do you want to do from there in the future in 2026. Because for me personally, I have not made it, I have not made it a secret as to what I think the Browns should do going forward. I am still team draft a quarterback in 2026. And for the people who were commenting on the last video, no, I don't hate Shedeur Sanders. I do not hate Shedeur Sanders. I didn't think that the Browns should have taken him number 2 overall. I didn't think that. But for taking him in the 5th round, I support it. I hope, and this is what I said before, I hope that the Browns get in a scenario like the San Diego Chargers back in the day where we had Phillip Rivers or Drew Brees. You had to pick between one or the other, and both of them are just way too good, and you have to choose between one or the other because you can't keep both on your roster. That is what I hope Shedeur Sanders and Dillon Gabriel turn into. I said that beforehand. I really hope Shedeur Sanders works out. I really hope Dillon Gabriel works out. And what I think the Browns are expecting, or at least hoping, is that one of them work out too. But what I'm here to tell you guys and give you guys my honest feedback and my opinions, I'm here to give it to you guys straight, okay? I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. You should least expect that right now. I do not sugarcoat my feelings with the Browns. I tell you guys what I feel, right or wrong, good or bad, about the Shedeur Sanders, or not even Shedeur Sanders, about the Cleveland Browns. I'm going to tell you guys right or wrong, good or bad, about what I feel about Shedeur Sanders or Dillon Gabriel, okay? So, what I think the Browns should do successfully is to have success in this season and to make the season a successful season is that we're going to have to treat this season like the New England Patriots treated last season with Drake May. We do not need to care about wins and losses this season. I'm just telling you guys right now. I have said this multiple times. I am treating this season as if it is 2017. We are seeing who's going to be able to stick around in the next couple of years or even next year and who is not going to stick around the next couple of years, okay? We are in a full audit of the Cleveland Browns right now. That is the mindset that I want Browns fans to come into the season with. I don't want them to come into the season thinking that we're going to go, to the Super Bowl or the playoffs with any of these quarterbacks that are on the roster, okay? Because it is not going to happen, or at least it's not likely going to happen. I wish it's going to happen. I hope it's going to happen. I hope I'm wrong. But realistically, The Browns are not going to do anything special this season. It is going to be a complete audit of the franchise about who's going to stay on the next couple of years and who is not. Okay. That is the one thing that I want everybody to take away and to think about going into the season. Okay. Because I see a couple people who are saying with the first 5 games in London, that the Browns are going to be 2-2 or 3-2 going into after London. That's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. The Browns have the second hardest schedule in the NFL. Okay, so it's not going to happen. I'm just telling you guys right now. So wins and losses this season do not matter because the Browns are probably not going to be a good team. They're just not going to be a good team record wise. Okay, but outside of that, getting that expectation out of the way that the Browns are going to win a bunch of games because they're not, the successful part of the season should be evaluating the rookie quarterbacks that we drafted with Dillon Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders, just like Drake May and the Patriots last year. The Patriots didn't win that many games. They got they were the third overall pick, I believe, this year, right? Or the fourth overall pick. But they were the top 10 pick. They were top 10 pick. I already forget. It's been a month and I already forget. But they had a top 10 pick this year. And you know what? They didn't care. Nobody cared because you know why? Drake May showed a lot of flashes of being a good quarterback, okay? So that's the one thing. The Browns have to, I believe, and I've changed my position from this. I believe the Browns are probably going to have one of these rookie quarterbacks start. Now, who do they choose between Shedeur Sanders and Dillon Gabriel? I don't know because you know why? Training camp hasn't started yet. Preseason hasn't started yet. We have no idea. There is still 3 months of training camp and preseason and a bunch of practices left for the Browns to decide who is going to start at quarterback. And not to mention they're going to have to trade either Joe Flacco or Kenny Pickett to keep, if they want to keep both of these rookies on the roster, they're going to have to trade somebody. It's either going to be Kenny Pickett or Joe Flacco. But best case scenario for the Browns is that they have one of these guys, either Dillon Gabriel or Shedeur Sanders, and they just start balling out, man. They start balling out in training camp. They start balling out in the preseason. And they decide, you know what, we're going to give this rookie a shot. We're going to give him the reins. We're going to have him go out there and prove it that he is the guy. He is the Browns' next franchise quarterback. I hope that's going to be the case. And I'm here to tell you guys right now that if that is the case, the Shedeur Sanders people are not going to be happy, okay? And I want to preface this by saying this, okay? And this is why I think if there is a rookie quarterback that is going to start for the Cleveland Browns this season, it's going to be Dillon Gabriel, okay? Now, I know Shedeur Sanders fans, you're going to probably click off or go to the comment section and just absolutely flame me and say that I have no idea what the hell I'm talking about. But I need you guys to understand what the Cleveland Browns are thinking. The Cleveland Browns had Dillon Gabriel, almost, I think, their second best rated quarterback out of everybody, even their third best quarterback. I think they had Jackson Dart ahead of, and Tyler Shook ahead of Dillon Gabriel. But everybody says, from inside the Browns and outside the Browns were enamored with Dillon Gabriel. He is an accurate quarterback. He's small, but he has a big arm. He has the most touchdowns in college football history. He has played in a lot of big games for a lot of big schools. He's played with, in the Big 12. He's played in the Big 10. He's played in a lot of different games and a lot of different programs and a lot of big conferences, okay? The Browns are enamored with Dillon Gabriel. That is why they took him 2 rounds ahead of Shedeur Sanders. I'm here to tell you guys that right now, if there is a quarterback that they would prefer to have start for them between Shedeur Sanders or Dillon Gabriel, they would rather have Dillon Gabriel start, okay? They believe in Dillon Gabriel more than they believe in Shedeur Sanders. Now, I'm not saying that Shedeur Sanders can prove them wrong and can go out there and ball out and beat Dillon Gabriel in a competition. I'm not saying that at all. I think it's more than likely possible that it could happen, okay? But I'm here to tell you guys is that the Browns are very high on Dillon Gabriel. That is why they took him about 50 picks before they chose Shedeur Sanders, okay? So the best case scenario is that either Dillon Gabriel or Shedeur Sanders starts for you. You get to evaluate whether these guys are the real deal or not. Can they be a comprehensive, or not even comprehensive, I'm trying to think of the right word here, but like can they be a serviceable quarterback in the NFL here? Can they be a successful quarterback in Kevin Stefanski's offense? Because we've seen Kevin Stefanski does not really need, all pro quarterbacks to be successful. He just needs guys who don't turn the ball over and who can, hit guys in stride and get timing down. We saw Joe Flacco basically come up out of his couch, go into the Browns, go 4-1, and lead them to the AFC wildcard game against Houston. Okay, we know that it's possible that as long as you don't turn the ball over, you're accurate, you're on time, you're going to be successful in Kevin Stefanski's offense. That is why they chose Dillon Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders, because they're both accurate. They don't turn the ball over that much. And you know what? They have a lot of experience in big games. This is why they chose both of these quarterbacks. But I'm here to tell you guys right now, if they're going to choose between Shedeur Sanders or Dillon Gabriel, they're probably going to choose between Dillon Gabriel. And I need people to understand this. This is not me saying this. This is not like my opinion. This is what the Browns are saying. This is what the people associated with the Browns are saying. This is what everybody is saying. They had Dillon Gabriel rated higher than Shedeur Sanders. They had a lot of belief in Dillon Gabriel, and that's why they chose him in the third round, because they see something in the guy. That doesn't mean Shedeur Sanders can come out here and absolutely ball out and he can turn into the next Tom Brady and just absolutely prove everybody wrong. I hope he does that. I hope he does that. You know what? I hope Dillon Gabriel does it. I hope Dillon Gabriel can come out here and absolutely light it up and become, the next great quarterback that the NFL has. But I'm here to tell you guys, we need to see it first. It's rookie minicamp, okay? I've had a lot of people in the comments section going off about me about how Shedeur Sanders is going to bring the Browns a Super Bowl title. We haven't gotten to training camp yet, guys. We haven't gotten to training camp yet. So please, I implore you, please, slow your roll, okay? We have about a little bit under than 2 months till training camp, okay? Shedeur Sanders and Dillon Gabriel haven't thrown a pass against, Denzel Ward, Martin Emerson, Grant Delpit. They haven't gone up against, with Myles Garrett going up against the offensive line, or Mason Graham, or Mike Hall, or Isaiah McGuire, all these guys, or Alex Wright. They haven't gone against these guys yet. They've only gone up against undrafted free agent rookies and other draft picks, okay? So the best part about the Browns, or the best plan for the Browns, is that they have to play these rookie quarterbacks, and hopefully one of them can, be successful, so that maybe, the other one doesn't get a chance to really showcase his talent. That is the best case scenario for the Cleveland Browns, and that you have an answer going into 2026 where, you have to either take a quarterback in 2026, or you're going to have to take, we'll take an offensive tackle. We'll take a wide receiver so that we can build around this quarterback that we drafted, who is a really good pick for the Cleveland Browns. That is the best case scenario for the Cleveland Browns. And once again, I implore you, do not get all, into the Browns are going to win 9 or 10 games, because it is most likely not going to happen. I am not going to care about wins or losses this season, okay? I am here to see and to evaluate, can Dillon Gabriel or can Shedeur Sanders play comprehensive and successful football in Kevin Stefanski's offense? Because if they can, then the Browns have a recipe for success in the future. And if not, then you have your answers, and you have 2 first-round picks next year. You can pick Lenora Sellers. You can pick Newsmeyer. You can pick, Fernando Mendoza. I've seen his name thrown out there. I mean, or Drew Aller. There's so many guys you can pick from next year that, if this doesn't work out this season, so be it. You have 2 first-round picks next year. But you need answers this year. You've taken 2 quarterbacks this year, middle and late round guys, but you need answers this year. So that's why I'm saying, if there's going to be a rookie quarterback that's probably going to start first, expect Dillon Gabriel, because they're high on Dillon Gabriel. That does not mean Shedeur Sanders can come out here and wow everybody and he can become the starter week 1. But the Browns need to probably make one of these guys the starter week 1, so that they get ample playing time in meaningful football games to showcase whether they're going to be successful in the NFL for the Cleveland Browns because we already know what Kenny Pickett is. We already know what Joe Flacco is. We've already seen them, we've already seen them play many games, especially Joe Flacco. We've seen him for almost 20 years at this point. Kenny Pickett is, we already know what Kenny Pickett is. Two teams have already moved off of him in the last 3 years. This is the time for the Browns to make a statement. Not even make a statement, just to figure out what the answers are. Because they're really high on Dillon Gabriel. They saw something in Shedeur Sanders to take him in the 5th round when no one else wanted to take him. They need answers. Put them out there week 1. Let Dillon Gabriel go up there probably until bye week, or Shedeur Sanders go up there until bye week, and then you know what? The Browns are sitting there at 2-7, 1-8. Throw the other rookie out there. Let's see what he's got. If he's got something else that this other guy doesn't, or if they're the same, they look about the same, then we know the answer. But the Browns need to know answers regarding the rookie quarterbacks. I think that's the best case scenario for the Cleveland Browns is to have one of these rookies start. But I'm telling you guys right now, if they would probably choose between Shedeur Sanders or Dillon Gabriel, they're probably going to go with Dillon Gabriel. But anyways, that's my 2 cents on the matter about what I think a successful Browns season in 2025 would look like. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you're new. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of comments saying I'm wrong and about Shedeur Sanders is the best thing since sliced bread. But please, listen to the entire video. Please do not comment 2 minutes in. I implore you, please listen to the entire thing. And if you have, I appreciate it. Please hit the like button, subscribe, share, comment, do all the things that you need to do. And I'll see you guys all in another video. Take care.